When things go against you, it's easy to think you must have messed up somewhere, to doubt yourself and give in. We see it time and time again in battle rap. Performing in front of a crowd is a lot of pressure, and it's easy for something as small as stumbling over your words a little to snowball into a disaster. But if you push through that self-doubt, you'll realize there's a lot more to salvage than you thought. Going into TBL's mega card Apollo, there was a lot of discussion around the unlikely grudge match that was coming up. Two battlers who don't typically have grudge matches, Illmac and Real Sikh, would clash 3 battles before the end of the second day. For the 2 years before this battle, Illmac would constantly throw jabs at Sikh.
Every post I have, he has like a slick little comment under it. The trailer come out, he put out a thumbs down. They post another clip and he's like EK30. Come on.
I don't know very many people that could like comfortably 3-0 Real Sikh.
I think Real Sikh is fully capable of having a seat, a contender of the year. You feel me? A champion of the year.
Oh, now?
Yeah. I think he.
Thesaurus is a legend, but Real Sikh is trash. Roan is the man, but Real Sikh is trash. This crowd is the shit, but Real Sikh is trash. So y'all already know my slogan, Real Sikh is trash. Yeah. You're right.
Sikh always seemed to be on the defensive.
I'm not trash.
But Sikh was coming into the battle with no clear losses in his last 3 years, while Illmac's last battle against Sharon was far from his best work. To be honest, the American battle rap audience has yet to see a dominant Illmac performance since his recent return to battle rap, but with the way he was talking, it sounded like this might be it. After all, the last time he made this much noise, he put together one of the best 3-round performances ever against A-Ward.
This is David, slinging his stone and whistling the wind when it goes by, missing the bullseye. This is Goliath, snapping his neck with a twist like a bow tie. Man, this top 10 battle rapper, comma, Christian. Nah, this whole round's his profile. Watch a top 10 battle rapper, comma, Christian. Let's go.
So when Real Sikh chose to go first, and came out the gate with heavy punches,
he ain't worthy enough to meet God or see his savior. I send him to Steve Jobs. Mac about to meet his maker. Clapping.
you would have expected this to become Battle of the Night. Everyone could see how incredible Real Sikh's round was. Well, almost everyone.
Toward the end of his round, and then when he landed that, I kept looking at, I looked back at Pass a couple times, and I'm glad he wasn't looking at me. Because I literally was gonna say, not enough.
And after Sikh wove his round 1 masterpiece, Illmac started rapping, confidence through the roof, delivering meticulous, intricate gems. And he got crickets.
Mental sickness, in my family tree. What's my defense when he dead? When I pick sick in the head, that's my insanity plea.
Oh my God. Let's go. Like, going into that round, I was like, I'm gonna kill that round. Yeah. I'm gonna kill. After about 12 bars, I was like, oh shit. Stay alive. Yeah.
The casual battle rap fan would assume the crowd was biased and mourn the loss of another classic to a bad crowd. The experienced fan would realize something different had happened. Sikh's plan of going first had worked. He'd won the crowd.
But it's crazy you got a tattoo, a pat on your leg, but gotta beg the culture to give you a pat on the back. Blood splatter your cap, look like a MAGA hat from the snap. I'm imagining that while you talking about how fast that I rap. You'll say I sound like Big Pun, and I'ma put him in the trunk. Then I'm really packing a Mac in the back of the Jersey, bitch! What the fuck you playing with?
Now, there's more to this plan than just going first and packing a lot of punches. One thing Sikh talked about emphasizing was his run backs.
A shot have his energy shifting, play stupid games, win stupid.
Is this the third run back or the fourth run back?
Yeah, that's why I said it's a cheat code, you know what I mean? Now it's a concert. Now everybody's, the crowd participates. This ain't a setup with it.
It's a bold strategy, especially when people like Big K have gotten flack for constantly running material back because viewers feel it cuts the momentum. For someone as delivery and flow heavy as Sikh, you would expect to see similar feedback, but running everything back really works for him. I think it might be because you get the entire arc of his delivery before each crowd reaction.
Whoever got your back ain't ready to fight with hands. One punch, hit you, then it'll strike your man, extend with the right and land. It go from the third person to the first person, like Eminem writing Stan, Illmac. What?
You never feel like you're waiting for him to catch up to where he left off and finish an idea, so you don't mind hearing him repeat something that was incredible the first time anyway. In contrast, Illmac's strategy was to run as little of his material back as possible. He wanted to contrast Sikh's high energy by looking like a precise attacker. It's an approach that helps you build momentum through a round, and if it was successful, he would have been carrying a tidal wave of energy through to the end of his round. But that wasn't to be.
As long as I got Sick with the edge, but even then, you ain't cut for
Wake up!
Every personality's got something that's too punched like a bot. To think I'ma lose the Krang's bodysuit, I can't stomach the thought.
I should have shut the fucking building down, man.
A lot of battlers start to crumble at this point. If you don't get a reaction on material you think will bring the building down, you start to doubt yourself. You question if you can perform better, or change your delivery, or if you should just rap faster through your material without leaving the pauses for reactions that you'd practiced. And all those thoughts clouding your mind make you lose focus. Then you stumble over a word, try to recollect yourself, and realize you have no idea where you left off. In trying to find ways to salvage your performance, you've just buried it. But Illmac just kept going, and he produced a round that's pretty solid on camera.
I think probably around that punchline I was like, shit ain't okay. Don't just sell it. Because I was like, oh, this round is not going out.
And more importantly, on watchback, it succeeds. You can definitely see the cracks where a bigger reaction would have made his round better.
Don't let the hype get to you. God is an energy. You right. And it's right next to you.
Let's go. I thought the one dimension was just being David and Goliath. If you think this is David and Goliath, I might question you. And what's another term for just being wide, one dimension? I thought that was gonna shut it down. Which then I was like, and then when I say right there, I was just picturing being lifted up like on the ground. I was like, yes, I'm gonna kill it.
But he didn't die, which you would have expected when he started his round. Unfortunately, the uphill battle continues into the second. Sikh opens with a bit of a crowd check-in, presenting his angle and seeing how they respond to it.
You Native American. What you been acting white for? Success and fame? Boy, you native. Painted faces. American Indian. That's your genetic traits. Why you hide that? Where your pride at? Pussy, where your tribe at?
I was like, as long as I know I got the crowd. If when I say where your tribe at, they start reacting.
For sure.
So I was like, all right. That's why I'm like, all right, I got him. I got him.
Yep.
And from there, he uses this angle that, to be honest, I still find a bit weird, to spin out undeniable room shakers.
Christopher Columbus needed 3 ships to make y'all freedom go. The Nina, Pinta, Santa Maria. That's all I need to know. History repeating itself when the heat are close. I ain't got a Pinta or a Santa Maria. I got a Nina though. What?
In this moment, it doesn't matter how many battles you've seen where Illmac talks about his native heritage. The crowd is eating up every line, feeding into Sikh's clearest round of the battle.
How we think he a star? Never had a main stage payday. Hate them gun bars, but with an AK they say, Mayday, Mayday. Get a Native American around the fire. Hey, hey, hey.
When a battler is so clearly getting overpowered, you often wonder what they think in the moment. Illmac tells us straight up.
I felt like the SpongeBob like meme where he's like, like that. Like I felt like that during this whole round. Like, like everything is fucking bombing. You know what I mean? And like in this battle, I was like, it felt like I was in a vacuum. You know what I mean? In my head, I'm like, don't fold. And usually during my opponent's rounds, I'm just visualizing my rounds. And like you were making it like with all the energy and the shit was going. It was like hard to. I was like, the whole time I'm like, I don't know how this round starts. And I kept having to center myself and be like, you've done the work, you've practiced, you know when it's time to rap and you'll be fine. Don't trip. But I was coaching myself the whole time in my head. Just
His next round was stuffed with jokes, which obviously weren't going to stack up with Sikh attacking his character like this. And despite being an incredible freestyler, he'd come into this battle deciding not to rebuttal anything. This was now backfiring.
I had more time to think because I was thinking of rebuttals the whole time, and I kept telling, no, stop, because you're gonna formulate one that's too good to not just say it. Like during this round, when I made the decision to not, like, don't do it, was then now I have time to just feel everything because I'm not distracting myself by trying to think of shit, so I'm sitting in the moment.
Even after Sikh ends his round, he gets a little chump check.
You gonna switch your second and your third? You gonna switch your second and your third? I thought about it.
If you know Illmac's third, he has a big chunk talking about his heritage, so it could have made sense to swap them. But watching that in the moment, it feels like Sikh was in his head completely, and as soon as Illmac starts, you can understand why.
Sikhs don't do sex before marriage. That explains it. I still remember my first time was half your age. And yo, damn, you're patient. Wait.
It's hard to deliver a joke well under pressure. If you stumble through it or speed up on the setup, you lose the impact of your punchline, especially when you're taking on topics that your audience would generally recoil at.
His beliefs in a dispute with his penis, like Judas and Jesus, just took some pussy to betray his God. I mean,
But Illmac holds his nerve and performs like he hasn't been rattled, and the jokes actually go over pretty well with the crowd.
some brute force sex. She asked if he's close. He said 2 more reps. The running back. He asked for this.
Until he transitions back into bars.
This battle about to make Lil Miss Perfect your ex, cause you vowed to be faithful, but his word wasn't kept. Just got married, already flirting with death. That's...
And the crowd gives him even less than they did in the first.
Be quiet, I'm a misanthrope. I see you peek and keep climbing, I'm a billy goat. If he think it's me dying with that shitty rope, cheap china in the kitchen broke, cause sing higher than a whistle note. Fall.
That's one of my favorite bars, and it's got nothing, but it was like Bender-esque to me. You know what I mean? How all the syllables and everything, but still led to the punch of like sing higher than a whistle note.
If I give a message to my family, if I can't return, that's when I knew we had something in common. That confirmed, cause his dying wish was my last concern. I'm too arrogant. I'm too arrogant for marriage. I said I'm too arrogant.
You can tell he's shaken now, even more than before. He actually stumbles and has to skip some of his material.
Stomp him flat. I said stomp him flat. Fuck it. Yo, you really think you bulletproof cause you shaped like a Cybertruck?
No, I had to skip bars. So after Stomp 'em Flat, it was supposed to be fuck a boxing match. I brought the strap. Fuck a boxing match. I brought the strap just cause you built like a Cybertruck. You think you bulletproof? Stop the cap. But I said the setup, and so I ended up cutting the 2 bars in between. So that's why I was like, stop the whatever the first bar is, and then Jim just skipped to you think you built like a Cybertruck.
The battle's over already, and he still has another round to go. Now, let's deconstruct Sikh's plan a bit more, because from this point, you'd expect him to sweep the third easily, but he came into this battle anticipating a great third round from Illmac, so instead he overloaded the first 2 rounds and tried to make more of a statement with the third.
I was just like, these first 2 I gotta lock in, and then I built enough trust to kind of go somewhere else with this third and shit like that, you know what I mean?
You can tell pretty quickly into his round that the crowd has lost energy.
Cause he spent his whole career next to a thesaurus, now he dying to a synonym of ill. What? With the thesaurus connection?
I feel you. I feel you. Coming off my second line, I feel
When I tell the new fans why you a legend,
Maybe they wanted Sikh to keep bombing, maybe they were just done with the battle since they already knew who won, or maybe they were just tired after watching 18 battles in the last couple days. Whatever the case, he was now getting the Illmac treatment.
he told Sharon, You rich. I'm not. Why not? If you a struggling artist at 20, keep going. If you 39, stop. When I tell the new fans why you a legend, they be tripping, fam. How you won freestyle tournaments like Scribble Jam. How you wrote that ketchup versus mustard cartoon that was viral on Instagram. They be like, oh, no one gives a damn.
But Sikh powers through and closes strong, giving Illmac the floor with the now dead crowd and a clear loss in his hands. And it's a shaky start.
Because he's only recently de-virginized.
He jokes his way into the round, and you can tell nobody's excited for it, until he shifts the energy.
True or false? Premarital sex in Sikhism is morally wrong. Am I wrong? Or wait, so there's nuances in a culture that outsiders shouldn't claim to be authorities on?
Suddenly, everyone's interested. The crowd is dead quiet, letting him rap through and holding on to every word.
I'm just saying, you still think slogans matter, and being a doper rapper means writing a verse a day with interwoven patterns. It's all smoke and mirrors, cloak and daggers, earn stripes in battles. Forgot the wars you go through matter. So next to a real vet, it all sounds like stolen valor. See, I'll split his cabbage, the kimchi stew, mint seafood, really cooking. Plus I'm nasty with the hands, like his street food.
They react where they're supposed to, and they even say punchlines with him.
Real sick. Illmac. Our names shouldn't even be said in the same breath.
He gets off his counter to the Indian angle.
Indian versus Indian, you know, tomahawk, red dot. And I'm native to this. I'm really him. Independent and indigenous. Bitch, is you listening? I put the indie in Indian.
He diffuses Sikh's angle on Illmac being a failed artist.
You think you so hip-hop. The audacity. How many albums you dropped? How many tours you been on? How many events have you thrown? Tell me who you're putting on. Whose pocket you put money in? Ain't opened up any doors. Excuse if I'm out of pocket. How many times I put money in yours? All your shit is surface layer plus. I heard his tape, it sucks. Like 3 songs out, claiming he write a verse a day. For what? You rap about rap, and I ain't got a dog in the fight. Might write a verse a day. Ain't written a song in his life. I live.
And he flips the Scribble Gem angle back onto Real Sikh, with the most memorable bar of the battle.
He been watching me since preschool. Sick, be cool. He said, word. I was in the 8th grade when you won the World Rap Championship. Bitch, me too.
Illmac's third would become the best round of the battle. And even though most would say that Sikh won it 2-1, the strength of that round opens up an argument that Illmac's material might have edged out the first to take the win. Because he held his nerve and backed himself, he was able to transform a clear loss into a somewhat debatable battle with a big highlight. There's a lot of self-help bullshit online about the power of belief, but if you want to see it in action, just watch Illmac versus Real Sikh.
I'll say, man, a lot of motherfuckers would have folded in that.
No, that's a fact.